Okay, in this video, I just want to go over once again, go over how do we solve equations. So first of all, we always remember that an equation is a mathematical expression consisting of numbers like this number here, this one here, and letters like x over here. And the purpose of solving equations, so this is very important. The purpose of solving an equation is trying to find out what number can replace x to make this true. So the purpose of solving an equation is getting to this kind of situation where we get an expression looking like this, where we have a number. For the sake of example, let's say that 6 is equal to x. That means that in my original equation, I can put 6 wherever there is x, and this equation should be true. Okay, so how do I go about solving that kind of equation? First things first, let's take a look what's in here. We have some numbers, we have some brackets, and we have some letters, which are also called variables. So first thing that I want to do, I want to get rid of the brackets. Brackets are a problem to solve that equation, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the brackets. If you remember, to get rid of each of the bracket, I need to multiply the number out of the bracket, which in this case is 5, by every term in the bracket. So I multiply 5 times 3x, and I also multiply 5 times 2. I multiply each term. So that will get rid of this bracket. And similarly, I need to do the same thing with 3 in front of the other bracket. So I multiply 3 by 2x, and I also multiply 3 by 1. And that will get rid of this bracket. And finally, there's no bracket here, so there is no problem. Okay, so what happens when I do it? 5 times 3x is 15x. So I write this down under my equation. Each step should be written down so that you can keep track of how you're solving the equation, and that makes it much more difficult to make a mistake. 5 times minus 2 is minus 10. So now I multiplied everything in the bracket. I'm looking at the other side of the equation. So then equal sign means I'm on the other side of the equation now. 3 times 2x is 6x, and 3 times 1 is times plus 1, very important is the sign. 3 times plus 1 is plus 3. And then plus 2x, let's rewrite this, plus 2x, and also plus 1, we can rewrite it as well. So that's all well and good, but now we can continue on solving our equation. What I would like to do next is to tidy it up a little bit. There's a nice tin truck outside my house, making noises. Anyway, so I want to tidy it up a little bit on both sides. So there isn't much tidying up to be done over here, but on the other side of the equation, I have two different sets of like terms. So take a look at this. 6x is like 2x, and 3 is a similar term to 1. So I can bring them together to tidy my equation up. Okay, what's that going to give me? Well, this is what that's going to give me. I have 15x, just rewrite it again, minus 10 is equal to 6x plus 2x is equal to 8x, and 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. So I can say plus 4. Now, I'm almost where I want to be. But there is another problem. I want to get to a situation where on one side of my equation I have an x, and on the other side of my equation I have a number, like 6 before. But at the moment I have x's and numbers on one side and x's and numbers on the other side. Let's get rid of some. So if you remember from before, the way to get rid of something on one side is to plus or minus the same thing with an opposite sign. So I want to get rid of 15x on this side. I take a look at what sign is there in front of 15. Well, it's plus 15. The plus doesn't have to be written down, but I know that there is plus 15 over here. To get rid of plus 15, I need to minus 15 from it. So I'm going to minus 15x on this side. So that will make this disappear. So that's all well and good. Let's just do that. Because I'm minusing 15x, I'm subtracting 15x on the left hand side of my equation, on the left hand side to the equal sign. I have to do the same thing on the other side to keep the equation balanced. So that's what I'm going to do now as well. Minus 15x. So let's see what's the result if I do that. So 15x minus 15x disappears, cancels out, so that's 0. I can rewrite minus 10 is equal to 8x minus 15x. 8 minus 15 is minus 7, so that's minus 7x. And obviously 4, I can just put it down again. So now I'm almost where I want to get, but I have another problem to deal with. Take a look at this. I have numbers on this side, and I have numbers and letters on this side. So what I want to do, I want to get rid of that plus 4 on this side. I want it to disappear on the right hand side of the equation. So what I'm going to do is this. If I want something to disappear, I need to find what's the sign in front of that thing. Here we have plus, and then I need to find the opposite sign of that thing, and then just bring them together. So I have plus 4 over here. To make plus 4 disappear, I need to subtract 4. So I'm going to write minus 4 under 4 over here. Plus 4 minus 4, that's obviously 0. Now, because I'm keeping my equation balanced, I'm going to minus 4 on this side as well. Because I minus 4 on this side, so I'm going to subtract 4 on this side also. Now, the final equation will look at this. Minus 10 minus 4 is equal to minus 14. Now, that's it on this side. I can put my equal sign in the middle, and then I have minus 7x and plus 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So it disappeared, cancelled out. So then I'm almost there. I have minus 14 on one side, and I have minus 7x on this side. Numbers on one side, letters on the other side. The last thing to do is to find out what number when put in for x will make this true. So what I want to do is I want to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. So let's just do it quickly. Divided, I would take my my pen and I would write down under 7, divide by 7, minus 7, and under 14 I divide by minus 7 as well. We always do the same thing on both sides. So minus 7 divided by minus 7, that's obviously equal to 1x, and minus 14 divided by minus 7 is equal to 2. So this is where I want to get. 2 is equal to x. 2 is the number that when we put in for x in my original equation, that should be true. So let's take a look at my original equation over here. This is my original equation. Let's take a look if it works. Let's see. I know that 2 is equal to x. So for every x, I'm going to put in 2. So that's 2 over here. That's 2 over here. And that's 2 over here. So now, 3 times x, 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So in the bracket, I'll have 4. In front of the bracket, I have 5. Now, 3 times 5, 2 times 2 is equal to 4, plus 1 is equal to 5. So in the bracket, I have 5. And I multiply 3 times 5. 2 times 2 is equal to 4, so plus 4. And plus 1 is obviously the same. So if I do it again, on this side I have 20, so let me just take an eraser. On this side I'm ending up with 20. And on this side I have 15, 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4, that's 19, plus 1, that's 20 as well. So that's 20 also. So this is what I did when I solved my equation. I found number 2, which when put in for x in my original equation will make everything work out. And that's how we solve equations. If you have any questions, you can drop me a comment and we'll see how we get on. Thanks very much. That'll do.